After sitting down with my family, I was still clueless of where I wanted to go for my college career. And I mean, I had to come to a conclusion very soon. And I finally came to that conclusion. And I will commit to the University of Louisville. And after talking to Coach Jeff Brom, he said you could be the next thing coming through here. But the only problem was I was third string on that depth chart and I had some work to do. So going into my first practice at the University of Louisville, I kind of got a chip on my shoulder. I mean, I'm third string and I'm 5'8" coming in running back. So I have a disadvantage. But one thing my mom always told me is that I couldn't be stopping juke. As you can see, I was getting up that field with bad intentions, breaking tackles. I'm that man. And I was talking trash in practice all day, telling him that I'm the best freshman. Juke. Oh my God, he was begging for help, and I'm a freshman. He cannot stop me. But coach told me that I was doing well and that I could challenge the next string next week. Going into our first game, and I'm the third string running back, so I had no chances of touching the field. But as you can see, I was watching the running back run that ball, and I have some competition that I have to compete with. And one thing that I've always done is never back down, so I want all the smoke. I'm ready for the next practice, but I ended the game off with no stats at all. Coach just gave me the chance to move up the depth chart to running back number 2 against the running back Jawar Jordan. And this is the moment that I've been waiting for. I mean, coach is seeing my progress, so I have to go out there and keep competing every day. But going into the next play, as you can see, I have an outside zone, and I will get up that field with bad intent. You get up that field, but they will bring me down. Right there won me that position number 2 on that depth chart. Going into our second game against FCS East, I am still on the bench watching our offense drive down that field, and as you can see, they were absolutely driving. But as soon as you know it, coach called me in, and on 3rd and 1, I punched that ball in for my first career TD. But I still remained on that bench, and it wasn't too much of a good feeling. Tyon Evans, I'm coming for your position. But as you can see, we go on and win the ball game. And I ended the game off with 1 rushing TD. After going to our film session on Sunday, I had a great talk with coach, and he said, I'm putting you up to the test to challenge the number 1 running back, Tyon Evans. And with that run right there, that's all coach said he needed to see from me. I am now the number 1 running back on that depth chart, and there is no letting back. This is what I've been waiting for. Boom! Oh my God, LOUISVILLE is not playing. He is that man as a freshman. He will take it all the way for 6. Coach said, congratulations, you are now the number 1 running back. On into my first game as a starter against 1-1 Kentucky. Started off intense on 1st and 10. I had a counter outside, and LOUISVILLE, the 5th, breaks the tackle and get up that field with bad intentions. As you can see on 2nd and 3, juke. Oh my God, right up the middle weave, and he would get up that field with bad intentions. He is not playing. And where he came from, there is no looking back. Boom! Oh my God, he made sure to lay a big hit on him. As you can see, it's 16-3, and I'm ready to run that score up. And on 1st and 10, I will outrun everybody because my speed is a 4.3, and I'm not here to play. Like I said, I'm a coast-to-coast player on 1st and 10. Oh my God, he shoestring me. I was almost gone. Going into the play on 4th and 7, I told coach to get me that ball. I will get you that first down. There's no reason to get that ball back to him. And look at the air for about a 5'8", 185. He will get in for 6, and he was absolutely fired up. But we were going to end them the old-fashioned way and nail the ball. And as you can see, we going to win the game. I ended the game off of 260 yards and 2 total TDs. Going into our next game against 1 and 2 JMU, it's time to break the record. On 1st and 10, we have inside zone, but I bounce it back outside. And as you can see, I was almost gone, but he shoestrings me. Going into the next play on 1st and 10, we have the same play. I bounce it outside. That right sideline is my best friend, Juke. Oh my God, I made a miss. He was crazy out there. And I will go all the way for a TD. I told them boys, hey, we are getting started. And on 2nd and 2, as you see, I caught Juke. Oh my God, I would get up that field, break a tackle. Oh my God, break another one. I'm bad. Here, as you can see on 1st and 10, look at the burst of speed as oh my God, weave. I get up that field with bad intentions, and he could and he would go all the way for 6. But doing what I'm doing special and doing the things that got me recruited on 1st and 10, catching that ball out of that backfield, I will go all the way for 6. I went over to coach and I said, feed me. On 4th and 10, he threw me the ball, and I'm going to convert every time for you, coach. And on 1st and goal, they give me that ball, and I will punch it in for 6, and I was fired up. Here, as you can see, we're going to win the ball game. I get player of the game with 219 yards and 3 total TDs. To our next game against 2 and 2 Temple, I almost brought the house down. 1st and 10, on my weave, I was getting out of that way, breaking tackles. I almost break loose, but they would tackle me. I told coach, every time I touch that ball, I'm taking it for 5 or 10. I don't care, it might be a TD, but I get shoestring tackle. We're going into the next play. As you can see, we have a halfback draw, get up that field. Juke, oh my God, he made a miss, and I get shoestring again. Getting down to that goal line, you know LOUISVILLE, the 5th, gonna punch it in, but getting down to that goal line again, the next drive, I will punch it in again. But here, as you can see, it's 31-17. We're going to kneel the ball to end them the old-fashioned way. We will go on to win the ball game. I get player of the game with 225 yards and 2 total TDs. On to our next game against 2 and 3 Rutgers. Started off intense on 2nd and 6. LOUISVILLE, that right sideline is his best friend, and he will hit it with bad intentions. intentions, and he could and he would go all the way for 6 to start the game off. As you can see, we drive down again, and oh my god, I strike a burst to hit the hole for another TD. But going into the next play on 2nd and 8, I will hit that middle and break tackles, but I get tackled at the first. Going into the next play on 1st and 10, as you can see, I was weaving and zigzagging and getting up that field with bad intentions for another one. But on 2nd and 10, I boomed him. Oh my god, this might be the best run in history. On 2nd and 10, I could get up that sideline with bad intentions, and I could go all the way, but he will hog me down and shoestring tackle me. But I said I might not have got y'all that time, but on 1st and 10, I will hit that right sideline again, and this time, I promise you, you will not catch me. I will go all the way to distance 4-6, and I was absolutely turned up. We're going into the next play on 2nd and 7. With the speed I have, I hit the outside every time, and that's your worst enemy, but I will break back inside, and they will tackle me. But going into the next play on 1st and 10, I will hit that hole and bounce it back outside. Lil Reba Dookie the 5th could outrun everybody and go in with another huge touchdown for the team. It's 41-7. We're completely embarrassing him, but look how he sneaks through that little hole, and he could burst with a speed. Lil Reba Dookie the 5th could go all the way for 6 again. Oh my god, he's trying to break all of the records. To put the icing on the cake for Rutgers, on 2nd and 9, I will hit that hole and bounce it back outside. You are too slow for me, and you cannot keep up with me, and I will go all the way for 6. And as you can see, we are turned up, and we go on to win the ball game. And as you can see, I get player of the game with 519 yards and 7 total TDs. On to our next game against 4-1 UCF. Started off intense. I will hit that middle, and as you can see, I will make him miss and hit it right back up the middle, and I will go coast to coast. Lil Reba Dookie the 5th to start the game off as the 10. I made sure to slam that ball down. I said, shh, this is my house. But going into the next one, 1st and 10, I will hit that hole, and oh my god, I got shoestring. We get down to that goal line, and I get a sweet play, and I will walk into the end zone for 6. But going into the next one, 1st and 10, I'm running out of that backfield. I will catch that ball. Chook, oh my god, I made a miss, break another tackle, and I will bounce it back out, and I could go to distance, and I would go all the way for 6. I am not here to play. And I told coach before I signed those papers that when I come here, I will be the best freshman in NCAA history, and I was not playing. I will go all the way for 6. Here, as you can see, on 1st and 10, he didn't want to hit me. I will hit it up that middle and bounce it back outside, and at this point, I was playing with him. I almost ran into my blocker, but I'm so fast, I outran him and kept going for another TD. Here, as you can see, we will go on and win the ball game. I get player of the game with 332 yards and 4 total TDs. On to our next game against 2-4 South Florida. Started off intense. We drove down the field early, and we had a read option. He pitched it to me, and I dived in for 6. Going into the next one on 2nd and 8, I hit it right up the middle for a 1st down, and I was not playing. But on 2nd and 4, I have an outside zone, and you know me, I'm not gonna play with ya. I will boom him and get through it with bad intentions. On 1st and 10, I will creep up that sideline. Boom, got to mighty. He was on his back. But we're going to win the ball game. I end the game off of 1 total TD. On to our next game against 3-4 Charlotte. Started off intense. On 3rd and 2, as you can see, I bounced it outside, but then I will bounce it back upside, and I will break 1 tackle, and they will bring me down. But going into the next play on 1st and 10, I will hit that hole. I almost said goodbye, but he shoestringed me. Going into the next play on 2nd and 6, I hit the middle and bounced it back outside, and somehow, some way, he almost found a way to get in that box, but he didn't. But Lil Reba Dookie the 5th was fighting all night. As you can see, he was breaking those tackles and getting up that field with bad intentions. Going into the next play on 1st and goal, I will run around at the backfield, do what I do special, and going for 6. But going into the next play on 1st and 10, I will bounce it outside. Chook, I stumbled him for a little second, and I will outrun him because I'm that man. But I finally get pushed out of bounds. Here, as you can see, on 2nd and 3, Lil Reba Dookie the 5th was still trying to find a way to break away, and he almost broke again, but they will bring him down for a tackle. But we were going to win the ball game. I get player of the game with 264 yards and 1 total TD. On to our next game against 6th and 3 Houston. We're coming out intense like we have every other game, and on 1st and 10, I will bounce it outside, and you know I'm dangerous when I get outside, but they will finally bring me down. On to the next play on 2nd and 15, I will hit that middle, and as you can see, I break a tackle and still go get that 1st down. But on 2nd and 4, as you can see, I bounce it outside, break 1 tackle, and the perk of being 5'8" is high behind those blocking. Somehow, some way, I will burst out and almost go, but I get hit. But to the next play on 1st and 10, I bounce it outside, and I finally found what I was looking for, that edge, and I could and I would go all the way for 6. Here, as you can see, on 2nd and 5, I hit it right up that middle and go in for another TD. And as you can see, I break the rushing TD record, and I was fired up with my teammates. We were going to win the ball game. I I get player of the game with 267 yards and 3 total TDs. On to our next game against 4 and 5 Memphis. I'm not gonna lie, on 1st and 10, I don't think they want to be out there on the field with us. I was out running everybody and I would hit that right sideline and stiff arm throw him off of me. I'm not playing early. But I run so fast downhill, and on 2nd and 11, as soon as I got the ball, I strike like a lightning bolt and I'm in the end zone for 6. And every time I touch that ball, it's either for 10 or a TD, and on 1st and 10, I take it all the way for another one. And on 1st and 10, I will catch that ball out of that backfield. Joke. I will get back up that field with bad intentions, hit that right sideline, and no one is catching Lil Reba Dookie the fifth. Going into the next play on 2nd and 3, I was greedy for another one, but I got hit pretty good right here. But there, as you can see, we will go on and win the ball game. I end the game off of 234 yards and 2 rushing TDs. On to our next game against number 7 seed 10-1 Cincinnati. Didn't start off so well. On 1st and 10, he hit me behind that line of scrimmage, and it's the first time Lil Reba Dookie the fifth was getting shut down. But I said not so early, bucko. On 3rd and 1, I hit that inside zone and I could hit the middle for 6. Going into the next one on 1st and 10, I catch that ball at that backfield and juke. Somebody pick his ankles up off of that floor because they are sinking. But going into the next one on 1st and goal, I catch the ball at the backfield again and going for 6. On 1st and 10, as soon as I got the ball, he hit me and I did not like that at all. But going into the next one on 1st and 10, I seen a big hole and I will hit that big hole and I will make him miss, but then I got tackled. Going into the next one on 2nd and 4, I will hit right up that middle, try to hide behind some blocks and get some more yards, but then I get tackled. But going into the next one on 1st and goal, I have an outside zone and I'm not scared to go up and hurdle up, and somehow, some way, I got in for 6. Going into the next one on 2nd and 1, I hide behind my blocks and almost break away again, but one man tackled me. But we will go on and win the ball game. I get player of the game with 245 yards and 2 total TDs. It is always a dream come true to come your freshman year and go win a championship. We won the American Championship, and it's a dream come true to be a freshman and get Heisman. Lil Reba Dookie the fifth. Here, as you can see, I will pick up the Robert Maxwell Award, and I will also pick up the Walter Camp Award, and I will also pick up the Doak Walker Award. But now it's time for the playoffs, and we go against Tennessee. But we are finally facing competition, going against the number 4 seed 12-1 Tennessee. It is time to knock them off in the playoffs. It's when to go home. In 1st and 10, Lil Reba Dookie the fifth act like he has been here before. Going into the next play on 1st and goal, I try to go in and hurdle up for 6, but they will shut us down to no scoring. But on 1st and 10, I come back down and they are not playing. They are rallying to that ball. Going into the next play on 2nd and 7, I will hit that whole bounce outside, and you know me, I will hit that left sideline, and these SEC boys cannot hang with Lil Reba Dookie the fifth. I don't care who you are. Here, as you can see, it is 20-10, and I want to run that score up as much as I can because I want to go to that natty. And as you can see, I dive in for 6. But going into the next play on 1st and 10, I bounce it outside again, and I will lightning bolt all the way up the field, but I get shoestring. But we get down to that goal line on 2nd and goal. Lil Reba Dookie said he wants to run that score up by any means. But as you can see, we will send Tennessee home. We are going to that natty, and I end the game off for 365 yards and 3 total TDs. And as you can see, we have the big Alabama on to the national championship game against 11-2 number 2 seed Alabama. Start off intense. I dive into the end zone to start the game off. But going to the next play on 4th and 6, we had some nerve to go for it. And I told coach I wasn't playing. Give me that ball and I'm going to get you that first down and more for 6, and I'm not playing. Here, as you can see on 1st and 10, I will catch that ball out of the backfield, juke and weaving and getting back up that field with bad intentions, but they will push me out of bounds. But going to the next play on 2nd and 4, I will bounce it back across the field, break a tackle, and I will make sure that I could get enough for that first down. Going to the next play on 3rd and 1, boom, I get set down, and I did not like that at all. But we go on to kneel the ball to end those boys the old-fashioned way, and we are national champions. Here, as you can see, I end the game off of 264 yards and 2 total TDs, and it is amazing to be a freshman on your first year to come and be a national champion. Drop in a comment down below if Lil Reba Dookie the fifth is coming back for a 2P.